It's no secret that the company Rovio's main and pretty much only selling point is a franchise about birds that for some reason do not have bodies. Angry Birds. They've made tons of mobile games about them, several spin-off TV shows, and even a full-length film that has a planned sequel. But the one I'll be talking about today is the mobile games. And so, without further ado, here are the top 7 Angry Birds games. Let's begin. Kicking off this list at number 7, we have Angry Birds Star Wars. Star Wars is a classic movie series, and Rovio decided to make an Angry Birds game about it. Each bird is translated into a different Star Wars character. Red is Luke Skywalker, Chuck is Han Solo, and so on. I think it's pretty clever. In fact, I think the whole game is pretty well thought out. Each level has some clever and unique gimmick that's cool. But it does get a bit difficult near the end of the game, and maybe a little too difficult. And that's why it's this high on the list. But other than that, it's awesome. Next up is Angry Birds Pop. This entry in the Angry Birds series is pretty different from the normal formula. In this one, you have to shoot something besides Angry Birds. Can you believe it? Instead, you shoot little bubbles. And instead of shooting at pigs, you have to shoot at the bubbles around the pigs, which causes them to fall. It may sound kind of weird at first, but it's actually not bad. There's just something that's so satisfying about hitting a bunch of bubbles and then they all disappear. It does get kind of boring eventually, and that's why it's this high on the list, but I still think you should give it a go. It's pretty fun. And in 5th place is Angry Birds Star Wars 2. Can you believe that a sequel can be good? It's even better than the first one. I honestly don't have a whole lot to say for this one, other than that it fixed the first one's problems. How it got hard near the end. I mean, it does get kind of bad sometimes, but it's never too over the top, and I like that. And now we've got another sequel, Angry Birds 2. Can you believe it? 2 sequels in a row. Anyway, this is a good one. I like how you have cards now with a bird on each one. It helps remind you of which birds you have and which birds you don't. It's a lot like Angry Birds Star Wars 2, as it fixes a lot of the first game's main problems. It's just a bit on the bland side, though, and I kind of wish they'd spice it up sometimes, but it's okay. That doesn't stop it from being an excellent game. This one is arguably not an Angry Birds game and should therefore not be on the list, but I think it should be. This game is bad, Piggies. If you were to imagine a game based around the pigs, you'd probably imagine yourself building one of those towers strategically so that the birds can't knock it over or something. But instead, we got the next best thing, building your own vehicle to get to the end of a level. The Angry Birds are barely even in this one, so like Angry Birds Pop, it's different from the norm, but it's good nonetheless. And my second favorite game on this list is Angry Birds Go. When you first see this, you probably automatically think Mario Kart ripoff, but don't be fooled by that. This is actually a pretty solid go-kart racing game. Sure, it's not the most fast-paced thing ever, but that never really bothered me, to be honest. And so if you're looking for a good racing game on your phone or iPad, then until Mario Kart Tour comes out, play Angry Birds Go. I promise you won't be let down. And my number 1 pick for the best Angry Birds game ever is Angry Birds Epic. I really like this game. You probably thought you'd never live to see the day where your favorite feathered friends would be in an RPG and it would actually be good. It's basically an RPG, but with the Angry Birds, Red, Chuck, Bomb, etc. Each bird has their own attack, and they're all pretty unique, and none are too similar to another. You fight off pigs as expected. Some battles are easy, and some are quite hard. But the one thing they all have in common is they're all a blast. And that's why it's my favorite Angry Birds game. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and comment what you think your favorite Angry Birds game is. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.